Guitar tips. Guitar tips. Just the tip. Just for you. Guitar tips. This is Adam Levy, and you are watching Guitar Tips. This is my weekly video blog series wherein I share little bits of guitar wisdom and wit and what have you. This is my beloved Martin OM18V. I've had it for about 10 years. If you're a regular subscriber to Guitar Tips, you've probably seen it on here once or twice. Martin Guitars does not sponsor this in any way. I just wanted to mention it because they're nice guys and they make great guitars. And this is the one I've traveled all around the world with. You can, if you look closely, you can probably see it's got a few battle scars. I don't know if that's registering, but anyway, it's a good, honest American guitar, and I like it a lot. What is, oh, Guitar Tips. The tip. Here's the tip. So, I've been reading this book. I don't know if you know this author, Austin Kleon. He's got a couple books out. The first one I read of his is called Steal Like an Artist. This one is called Show Your Work. And I was reading this the other day, and I saw this chapter. It's a really fun book to read, just graphically the way it's laid out. Learn to take a punch. I'm going to read just a little bit here. Let them take their best shot. Designer Mike Montero says that the most valuable skill he picked up in art school was learning how to take a punch. He and his fellow classmates were absolutely brutal during critiques. And this is a quote. We were basically trying to see if we could get each other to drop out of school. End quote. Those vicious critiques taught him not to take criticism personally. When you put your work out into the world, you have to be ready for the good, the bad, and the ugly. The more people come across your work, the more criticism you'll face. Here's how to take the punches. And then he goes on to outline a few steps. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but one is relax and breathe. And he talks about that. Strengthen your neck. Roll with the punches. Protect your vulnerable areas. And keep your balance. So in order to keep this tip reasonably short, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read just the short bit under strengthen your neck. The way to be able to take a punch is to practice getting hit a lot. Put out a lot of work. Let people take their best shot at it. Then make even more work and keep putting it out there. The more criticism you take, the more you realize it can't hurt you. I'll stop there, but I can't recommend this book any more highly. It's just great. And Steal Like an Artist, his other book, is also great. I wanted to mention another aspect of criticism that is not dealt with directly in that chapter, but that I encounter a lot as a teacher. And that's beating yourself up and, taking punches from your inner critic. We all do it. I do it, and I see my students do it, and it always breaks my heart a little bit to see them be so tough on themselves. Obviously you do have to be a little critical of yourself, because that is the voice that keeps you trying harder and reaching farther and growing. So there's something to it. But if you can't also within that appreciate the stuff that sounds good, or the things that you did well, then it's going to be then being an artist, being a creative person is going to be difficult over and over and over again. So don't forget to take some joy in the things that you do well. And if you have a bad performance or whatever, I talked about this recently on Guitar Tips, where I basically said, I think the tip was forward ever, backward never, or the gig was great, or I'm not even sure what I called it. But I wanted to address it again just because it's something that I see a lot as a teacher. And, learn, if you can learn to take criticism from other people and just brush it off, you certainly could learn to brush off criticism from that inner critic that many of us have chattering away every time we take a risk and make some noise on the guitar or bass or drums or voice or whatever. So that's it. Learn how to take a punch, even if it's from the inside. That's it. That's the guitar tip for this week. Thanks for tuning in. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Please tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell your ma, tell your pa, tell anyone. I would love to see the subscription on this channel double, or triple, or that's about as much math as I'm capable of. But let's all keep growing, shall we? For Guitar Tips, this is Adam Levy. Stay tuned and take good care.